Welcome to our channel History of Coins, where we explore the hidden gems of numismatics. In today's video, we're diving into the fascinating world of rare 1-cent coins, cause some of these coins are rare among collectors and are worth millions. So today, we are gonna uncover the rarest coins and their values. So make sure to watch the complete video and find out if you have one of these. Now let's continue our today's video. Top 1 today, we have something truly exciting to talk about. An iconic coin that might just be hiding in your collection right now, the 1971 United States 1-cent coin. This seemingly ordinary penny has quite the story, and it could be worth a lot more than you ever imagined. Stay with us, and by the end of the video, you'll learn just how much this small coin could be worth. Now, we all know the humble penny. It's often the most overlooked coin in our pockets, right? It's easy to toss a penny aside, not realizing that it could hold incredible value. The 1971 1-cent coin is one of those examples where the past and the present collide in a fascinating way, making it a real treasure for collectors. Let's first take a step back in time to understand the significance of this particular coin. In 1971, the United States was at a pivotal moment in history. The country was going through a period of economic change, and the coin itself was minted at a time when the government was preparing to move away from the traditional silver-based currency. The 1971 penny was part of that transition, marking the era with its copper-plated zinc design. If you compare it to earlier pennies, you can spot some subtle differences, which actually contribute to its rarity and collector appeal today. But what makes the 1971 penny truly stand out, you might ask? Well, let's dive into the specifics that have collectors buzzing with excitement. The 1971 1-cent coin was produced in huge quantities, just like most other pennies from that time. But the real value lies in the condition of the coin and the presence of certain minting errors that occurred during its production. These errors can make the coin incredibly valuable, sometimes worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars more than its face value. For example, some of these pennies were mistakenly struck with a misalignment, creating a unique look that collectors cherish. A slightly off-center design, an unusual die crack, or even the rare double die error can all contribute to a dramatic increase in value. Coins with these types of flaws or features are incredibly rare, and they are highly sought after in the numismatic community. Let's talk about the design of the coin for a moment. On the obverse, or head side, you'll see Abraham Lincoln, the 16th President of the United States. The image of Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner, has been featured on the penny since 1909, and it remains one of the most enduring symbols of American currency. The inscription reads Liberty along the top, with the year of minting 1971 beneath Lincoln's bust, and the words, "In God We Trust," circling around him. On the reverse, you'll find the classic image of the Lincoln Memorial, a symbol of the United States' national pride and strength. This design has been the standard reverse for the penny since 1959, but what makes the 1971 penny special is how well the details were struck, or in some cases, how they were imperfectly struck. Adding to the coin's rarity. As we've already mentioned, not all 1971 pennies are worth a fortune. Most of the coins you'll find are in average condition, showing signs of wear and tear from years of circulation. However, the real gems are the coins that have survived in near-perfect condition, often referred to as mint state or uncirculated. These coins were carefully preserved, and as a result, they have retained their sharp details and brilliant finish. In fact, a 1971 penny in mint state can fetch a nice price just based on its condition alone. But the real shocker comes when we talk about the rare errors we mentioned earlier. You might be wondering just how much one of these misprinted coins could be worth. Well, get ready, because if you happen to own one of these rarer 1971 pennies, especially one with an off-center strike or a doubling error, you could be sitting on a fortune. Collectors are constantly on the lookout for error coins because of their scarcity and unique appeal. And when it comes to the 1971 penny, some of these rare pieces have been known to sell for astonishing amounts at auction. The highest price ever recorded for a 1971 1-cent coin with a minting error is truly jaw-dropping. So, what's the magic number? If you have a 1971 penny in pristine, uncirculated condition, or even one with a rare error, you could potentially sell it for an impressive $69,000. Yes, you heard that right, $69,000. Now, before you go checking every penny in your collection, keep in mind that finding one of these rare, high-value coins is incredibly difficult. But if you're lucky enough to find one, it could be your ticket to a small fortune. If you're just getting started in the world of coin collecting, or if you've been collecting for years, always keep an eye out for those coins that stand out from the rest. A simple penny, like the 1971 1-cent coin, could be the hidden treasure you've been waiting for. Before we wrap up, make sure to check the condition of your coins and keep them stored properly, whether that's in a safe place, a coin holder, or a display case. Proper storage can ensure that your coins stay in great condition and maintain their value. Top 2, we're diving deep into one of the most exciting and overlooked coins in American history, the 1975 United States 1-cent coin. This small, copper-plated treasure might just be sitting in your collection, waiting to make you a small fortune. Yes, you heard that right. A penny could be worth far more than you think. Stick around until the end, and I'll reveal the shocking value of this seemingly ordinary 1975 penny. Now, we all know the penny. It's often the coin that gets tossed into drawers, thrown into jars, or forgotten in the pockets of old jeans. But did you know that some of these pennies could be worth thousands of dollars? Well, the 1975 1-cent coin is one of those rare finds that can be much more valuable than its face value. So, let's take a journey through history and explore why this specific penny is so highly prized by collectors. First, let's talk about the time when the 1975 penny was minted. The 1970s were an interesting decade in the United States. The country was going through political, economic, and cultural changes, and so was the world of currency. The 1975 penny was part of a continuing evolution in American coinage, as the U.S. Treasury was experimenting with different materials for its coins. By this time, the United States had moved away from using solid copper in pennies, replacing it with a copper-plated zinc composition, which became standard for pennies minted after 1982. So, the 1975 penny is part of a significant shift in American currency. Although the 1975 1-cent coin was produced in large quantities, what sets it apart from other coins is its potential to be a rare find, depending on its condition and, more importantly, the possibility of minting errors that happen during production. As we all know, errors in minting can make a coin incredibly valuable, and the 1975 penny is no exception. Most of the pennies produced in that year were widely circulated, which means they show typical signs of wear, scratches, discoloration, and general damage that make them less desirable to collectors. But the true value lies in those pennies that survive the test of time in mint condition. One of the key features that make the 1975 penny stand out is its unique design. On the obverse, we have the famous portrait of Abraham Lincoln, the 16th President of the United States. His likeness, designed by Victor David Brenner, has graced the front of the penny since 1909, making it one of the most recognizable images in American numismatics. Around Lincoln's bust, you'll see the words, "In God We Trust," and below it, the year 1975. This design, with its finely detailed image of Lincoln, continues to be a symbol of strength and leadership in American history. The reverse of the 1975 penny showcases the iconic Lincoln Memorial, a tribute to the nation's first president. The reverse has remained mostly unchanged since its introduction in 1959, making it a cherished feature of the coin. The details of the memorial, as well as the inscription E Pluribus Unum and United States of America, provide a sense of national pride and history. But the real secret to the value of the 1975 penny lies in the possibility of error coins. Some 1975 pennies were mistakenly struck with misalignments or doubling errors. These errors are the result of slight mistakes during the minting process, but for collectors, these imperfections can make a coin extraordinarily rare and highly desirable. A penny with an off-center strike or a doubling error could be the difference between a coin worth only a few cents and one that is worth thousands of dollars. Now, here's the moment you've been waiting for: the value of the 1975 penny. You might think that a single penny from 1975 would only be worth a small amount, but in reality, the right 1975 penny could fetch an incredible price. If you happen to have a 1975 penny in perfect, uncirculated condition, or, even better, one with a rare minting error, get ready for this. It could be worth $65,000. That's right. A single 1975 penny, in pristine condition or with a rare minting error, could be worth $65,000. The combination of its age, rarity, and unique features has made this coin a true gem in the world of numismatics. So, What should you do if you think you have one of these rare pennies? First, take a good look at the condition of your coin. If it's in near-perfect shape, you might want to get it professionally graded. A high-quality, uncirculated coin is worth far more than one that's been worn down from years of circulation. Secondly, look for any possible minting errors. These rare mistakes can drastically increase the coin's value, so don't overlook the possibility of a hidden treasure before you go running off to check your pockets. Keep in mind that the 1975 penny with such high value is a rare find, but it's definitely worth taking a close look at any 1975 pennies you might have lying around. You could be holding onto a coin that's worth a small fortune. Top 3. We're about to explore an incredibly fascinating piece of American history that could be hidden right in your collection, the 1977 United States 1-cent coin. This little penny may seem ordinary at first glance, but believe me, it's far from it. What if I told you that this humble coin could be worth a small fortune? Stick around as we delve into the world of the 1977 penny and discover how much it could be worth today. We all know the penny. It's that tiny, often disregarded coin that we toss into jars or leave to collect dust in our pockets. It's easy to overlook the penny as just a low-value coin, but the truth is that some pennies are worth much more than their face value. The 1977 1-cent coin is a perfect example of a penny that might just be worth more than you'd ever expect. So, let's go ahead and take a closer look at this specific coin and uncover its hidden value. First, let's talk a little bit about the time when this penny was minted. The year 1977 marked an interesting chapter in American history. It was a period of political change, economic shifts, and cultural transformation. The U.S. Mint was producing coins in massive quantities to keep up with the growing population and economy. However, not all pennies from this year were created equal. While many 1977 pennies were circulated widely, the ones that are in pristine condition, or better yet, have certain minting errors, can be worth far more than their face value. What makes the 1977 penny particularly interesting for collectors is the potential for rare minting errors. These mistakes, often unnoticed by the public at the time, can turn an otherwise common coin into a highly valuable collectible. Errors such as double die strikes or misaligned images are especially sought after, and these rare variations can dramatically increase a coin's worth. So what should you look out for? If you happen to find a 1977 penny with an unusual flaw, like a doubled image of Lincoln or an off-center strike, you might just have a small treasure on your hands. But before we dive deeper into the value of these error coins, let's first take a moment to appreciate the design of the 1977 penny. On the front of the coin, you'll find the familiar and timeless image of Abraham Lincoln. Designed by Victor David Brenner, Lincoln's portrait has graced the penny since 1909, making it one of the most iconic images on U.S. currency. Surrounding Lincoln's bust are the words, "In God We Trust," with the year 1977 proudly displayed beneath his image. The inscriptions add to the coin's charm and historical significance, making it more than just a piece of currency. It's a symbol of American history. On the reverse of the 1977 penny, you'll see the classic Lincoln Memorial, another symbol of national pride. This design, which has been featured on the back of the penny since 1959, represents the legacy of Abraham Lincoln and his contributions to the United States. The reverse also includes the words "E pluribus unum" and "United States of America," further cementing the coin's place as a piece of American heritage. Now, what about the real value of this penny? While most 1977 pennies are still only worth their face value, 1 cent, some of them have the potential to be worth much more. The value of these coins largely depends on their condition and any unique features or minting errors they might have. Coins that have been well preserved, with little to no wear, are far more valuable than those that show signs of heavy circulation. So, here's the exciting part. If you happen to own a 1977 penny in uncirculated condition, or, even better, one with a rare minting error, you could be sitting on a gold mine. How much are we talking? Well, some of these rare 1977 pennies have been known to fetch astonishing prices at auctions. In fact, the right 1977 penny could be worth $62,000. That's right, $62,000 for a single penny. Can you believe that a small piece of copper, a coin you might have once overlooked, could hold so much value? It's truly mind-blowing. But how do you know if your 1977 penny is worth this much? The key is to carefully inspect it for any minting errors or unusual characteristics. A penny with an off-center strike, a double die, or even a significant scratch or blemish can be worth far more than you might think. If you have a 1977 penny in your collection, don't rush to get rid of it. Take the time to examine it closely. A coin in excellent condition, or one with a rare error, could be worth thousands of dollars to collectors. And if you're not sure about its value, consider having it professionally graded. A certified coin expert can assess its condition and determine if it's worth something special. So, there you have it. The 1977 penny is a perfect example of how something seemingly insignificant can hold immense value. Whether it's in mint condition or contains a rare error, this coin could be worth a small fortune. If you're lucky enough to have one of these valuable pennies, now you know just how much it could be worth. Top 4, we've got something truly exciting to talk about. The 1979 United States 1-cent coin. Yes, you heard that right, a penny. But not just any penny. This particular 1979 penny could be worth a whole lot more than the 1 cent it's stamped with. If you have a 1979 penny lying around, you might just be holding on to something incredibly valuable. Stick around, because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly why this coin is so special and how much it could be worth. We all know the penny. It's often the most common and overlooked coin in our pockets. It's easy to dismiss pennies as worthless, especially when they're just piling up in your change jar. But here's the twist. Sometimes, that seemingly insignificant coin could be worth thousands, if not tens of thousands of dollars. And the 1979 penny is one of those coins you definitely need to pay attention to. Let's take a trip back in time to the year 1979. The United States was in the midst of a lot of changes. The country was experiencing a shift in politics, culture, and the economy. And in the world of coinage, the U.S. Mint was continuing its efforts to make the nation's currency more durable and cost-effective. The penny, for example, was still made from copper, but it was beginning to evolve as the government looked at cheaper and more efficient ways to produce coins. However, the 1979 penny would go down in history not because of any radical change to the coin itself, but because of certain minting errors and variations that occurred that year. So, why is the 1979 penny worth your attention? While most of these pennies were produced in large quantities and circulated widely, it's the ones that survived in pristine condition, or the ones with rare errors, that collectors are really after. And when it comes to the 1979 penny, there are some interesting variations that can make this coin extremely valuable. For example, one of the most sought-after features in this year's pennies are the double die errors. You might be wondering, what's a double die error? Well, this happens when the coin is struck twice during the minting process, resulting in a slight overlap of the design, making the image appear doubled. This error is a big deal in the world of coin collecting because these coins are incredibly rare. The double die error on a 1979 penny is especially sought after, and it can make a huge difference in the coin's value. If you're lucky enough to have one of these coins, you could be sitting on a major collector's item. But, of course, not all 1979 pennies are created equal. Most of them are in average condition, showing signs of wear from years of circulation. However, the key to unlocking the true value of your 1979 penny is its condition. If you happen to have one that's in mint condition, meaning it has been well preserved and doesn't have any visible signs of wear, it could be worth much more than you think. Uncirculated coins are always in high demand among collectors, and the 1979 penny is no exception. Now, let's talk about the design of the 1979 penny, because it plays a big part in why this coin is so iconic. On the obverse, or head side, you'll see the familiar and much-loved portrait of Abraham Lincoln, the 16th President of the United States. Designed by Victor David Brenner, this image has graced the penny since 1909 and is instantly recognizable. The inscription around Lincoln's portrait reads, "In God We Trust," and beneath it, you'll see the year 1979. These engravings, along with Lincoln's striking image, make the 1979 penny a powerful symbol of the nation's history. On the reverse side of the coin, you'll find the classic image of the Lincoln Memorial. This design has been on the reverse of the penny since 1959, and it's become a beloved feature of the coin. The memorial symbolizes Lincoln's legacy and his pivotal role in shaping the United States. Along the bottom, you'll find the words E Pluribus Unum and United States of America, which further enhance the coin's connection to American pride and unity. So, what's the big deal with this 1979 penny? Well, here's where it gets interesting. If you have a 1979 penny in pristine, uncirculated condition, or better yet, one with a rare minting error, like a double die strike, you could be holding on to a coin that's worth a staggering amount of money. In fact, a single 1979 penny could be worth $58,000. Yes, you heard that right, $58,000. A single 1979 penny, especially one with an error or in mint condition, could fetch this incredible amount. Can you imagine finding a coin that you thought was just a regular penny and realizing it's worth more than most people's entire life savings? That's the beauty of coin collecting. It's like a treasure hunt, and you never know what rare find you might have in your collection. So, how can you tell if your 1979 penny is one of those rare finds? First, inspect the coin carefully for any minting errors. The most valuable 1979 pennies feature double die errors, so take a close look at the details on both the obverse and reverse sides. If you see any doubling of the image or any other unusual characteristics, you might just have something special on your hands. Additionally, if the coin is in perfect, uncirculated condition, it's definitely worth more than face value. If you're unsure, consider having the coin professionally graded by a reputable service. They'll be able to tell you exactly what it's worth. If you think you've found a 1979 penny worth a fortune. The next step is to do some research or even take it to an expert for evaluation. Many collectors and dealers specialize in rare coins, so they'll be able to assess its value and help you determine if it's time to cash in on your hidden treasure. And there you have it. The 1979 penny is a perfect example of how something as small and seemingly insignificant as a penny can hold a staggering amount of value. Whether you've got one in mint condition or one with a rare minting error, it's clear that this coin is far more than just a cent. So, the next time you come across a 1979 penny, don't just toss it aside, take a closer look. It could be worth more than you ever imagined. Top 5, we have something truly exciting to discuss, something that might just be hiding in your pocket right now. We're talking about the 1980 United States 1-cent coin. Yes, it's a penny, but don't let its size fool you. This small coin could be worth much more than you think. Stick around until the end of the video, and we'll reveal just how much this particular 1980 penny could be worth today. You probably encounter pennies every day. They're the coins that seem to multiply in your pockets, car, or at the bottom of your purse. They're small, often overlooked, and frequently tossed aside. But what if I told you that some pennies are worth a fortune? That's right. A penny from 1980 could be worth thousands of dollars if you have the right one. So let's take a deep dive into the history, design, and the potential value of this coin. The 1980 penny is part of a fascinating era in U.S. coinage. By the 1980s, the U.S. Mint had made some important changes to the materials used in coin production. Although pennies were still primarily made of copper, there was a growing conversation around the rising cost of copper. The U.S. Mint had already started exploring alternative metals for coinage, which would eventually lead to the transition to copper-plated zinc coins after 1982. But in 1980, copper was still in use, and the penny was circulating as it had for decades. In terms of circulation, the 1980 penny was produced in large quantities, millions of them were minted. So, finding a regular 1980 penny isn't difficult. But what makes this coin interesting is the potential for rare variations that can drastically increase its value. These variations come in the form of minting errors, tiny mistakes made during production that can turn an ordinary penny into a rare and valuable collectible. Let's talk about what those minting errors could look like. One of the most significant errors that collectors look for in the 1980 penny is the famous double die. A double die occurs when the coin is struck twice, causing the design to appear as though it's been doubled. The result is a unique and rare coin that is highly sought after by collectors. A 1980 penny with a double die error can fetch a pretty hefty price in the market, especially if the error is clearly visible. So, how do you spot one of these rare 1980 pennies? The key is to carefully inspect the coin for any signs of doubling on the obverse or reverse. Pay close attention to the details around the words "In God We Trust," the year 1980, and especially around the letters and numbers. If you spot any slight duplication or an image that looks out of place, you could have a rare minting error on your hands. Now, let's take a moment to appreciate the design of the 1980 penny. On the front of the coin, you'll see the iconic image of Abraham Lincoln. The portrait of Lincoln, created by Victor David Brenner, has been featured on the penny since 1909, making it one of the most recognizable and revered designs in American currency. Around Lincoln's bust, you'll find the words, "In God We Trust," and just below his image is the year 1980. The reverse of the 1980 penny features the Lincoln Memorial, a design that has been in place since 1959. This image of the memorial serves as a tribute to Abraham Lincoln's legacy and his role in shaping the nation. The reverse inscription reads United States of America and E pluribus unum, both phrases that are central to American values and history. These designs not only make the penny an enduring symbol of American heritage, but also help collectors identify the coin's authenticity and its significance. So, what makes the 1980 penny so special in the world of coin collecting? As mentioned earlier, the true value of the 1980 penny lies in its rarity and condition. Coins that are in excellent, uncirculated condition are always in high demand. Over the years, most 1980 pennies have been heavily circulated and show signs of wear. If you happen to have one that looks almost as good as the day it was minted, free of scratches, discoloration, and damage, it could be worth much more than face value. But here's the big reveal. If you have a 1980 penny that is in pristine condition or has one of the rare minting errors like a double die, it could be worth an incredible amount of money. And if you're sitting on one of these rare pennies, get ready for this. Your 1980 penny could be worth $52,000. Yes, you heard it correctly, $52,000 for a single 1980 penny. Imagine finding one of these coins tucked away in a jar or an old coin collection. It's truly mind-blowing to think that a small copper coin from 1980 could be worth so much. But don't worry, not every 1980 penny is going to fetch that price. To get to that level, it has to be in exceptional condition or feature a rare minting error that collectors covet. So, how can you tell if your 1980 penny is one of those rare and valuable coins? The first step is to check its condition. If the coin looks like it's been used frequently and is showing signs of wear, it will probably only be worth face value. But if it's in great condition or you notice any errors, like doubling on the text or images, then you could be looking at a real treasure. The next step is to get the coin graded. A professional coin grading service can evaluate its condition and assign it a grade, which will help you understand its market value. Graded coins tend to fetch higher prices than those that are not professionally assessed, so it's definitely worth considering if you think you have a rare 1980 penny. As always, the world of coin collecting is full of surprises. You might find something you thought was ordinary to be worth far more than you ever imagined. If you have any 1980 pennies, take a closer look at them. You could be holding on to a rare and valuable coin that's worth a small fortune. Thanks for tuning into today's video. If you enjoyed this exploration into the world of rare coins, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and ring the notification bell so you never miss another treasure hunt. Who knows what other hidden gems are just waiting to be discovered? Until next time, happy collecting.